Applied Linguistics Group uploaded this video for BS English students. Dr. KHALID MALIK is the founder of Applied Linguistics Groups and he has a PhD in Applied Linguistics TESOL. He published more than 25 research papers. He taught a lot of foreign universities and presently admitted to a postdoctoral study in a Canadian university. Join Applied Linguistics Group at youtube.com/@1966 Pakistani or copying, or downloading a QR code to join at. The language module or language faculty is a hypothetical structure in the human brain which is thought to contain innate capacities for language, originally posited by Noam Chomsky. In addition to providing an account of the empirical facts of language, a theory that aspires to account for language as a biologically based human faculty should seek a graceful integration of linguistic phenomena with what is known about other human cognitive capacities and about the character of brain computation. The present discussion note compares the theoretical stance of biolinguistics, Chomsky 2005, D.I. Ciulo and Boakes 2011, with a constraint-based parallel architecture approach to the language faculty, Jackendorf 2002, Kulikova and Jackendorf 2005. The issues considered include the necessity of redundancy in the lexicon and the rule system, the ubiquity of recursion in cognition, derivational versus constraint-based formalisms, the relation between lexical items and grammatical rules, the roles of phonology and semantics in the grammar, the combinatorial character of thought in humans and non-humans, the interfaces between language, thought, and vision, and the possible course of evolution of the language faculty. In each of these areas, the parallel architecture offers a superior account both of the linguistic facts and of the relation of language to the rest of the mind, brain. What is language faculty? The language module, also known as the language faculty, is a hypothetical structure in the human brain which is thought to contain innate capacities for language, originally posited by Noam Chomsky. How can language as a human faculty be explained? The article illustrates that humans have a language faculty, a cognitive system that supports the acquisition and use of certain languages, with several core properties. The faculty is apparently governed by principles that are logically contingent, specific to human language, and innately determined. What is faculty of language narrow? Faculty of language, narrow sense, FLN. FLN is the abstract linguistic computational system alone, independent of the other systems with which it interacts and interfaces. FLN is a component of FLB, and the mechanisms underlying it are some subset of those underlying FLB. Is language faculty modular? According to Chomskyan or intentional modularity, language faculty is modular and thus autonomous from the module of mind in a way that it comprises structures, and conforms to principles not found in other modules. Chomsky, 1972. What is innate faculty in language? On Chomsky's view, the language faculty contains innate knowledge of various linguistic rules, constraints and principles. This innate knowledge constitutes the initial state of the language faculty. Where is the language faculty located? The language module, also known as the language faculty, is a hypothetical structure in the human brain which is thought to contain innate capacities for language, originally posited by Noam Chomsky. What is a human faculty? A faculty refers to any of your mental or physical abilities. If you lose your faculties, you are powerless. What do you mean by language competency? According to Chomsky, competence is the ideal language system that enables speakers to produce and understand an infinite number of sentences in their language, and to distinguish grammatical sentences from ungrammatical sentences. This is unaffected by grammatically irrelevant conditions such as speech errors. What is language in a broad sense? FLB is made up of all the components used in language, e.g. ability for vocal learning, ability to conceptualize, a sensory-motor system, a computational system, syntax, capable of recursion, etc. FLN is a subset of FLB, i.e. everything in FLN is also in FLB, but not vice versa. What is narrow sense? From Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English Narrow Sense, definition meaning of a word that is exact or limited OPP broad. I use the word neighbor in its more precise or narrower sense. How modular is the language system? Natural language processing is often viewed as a complex modular system consisting of interacting components whose mode of operation may be radically different. The different components can be collected into two subsystems according to their different tasks, a linguistic system. How does language acquisition work? Children acquire language through interaction, not only with their parents and other adults, but also with other children. All normal children who grow up in normal households, surrounded by conversation, will acquire the language that is being used around them. What is the modular view on language processing? Definition. The notion that human cognitive architecture includes a module for language, i.e., an innate system of neural tissue that responds only to speech. Is there such thing as a language faculty? A line of research in cognitive science over several decades has been dedicated to mapping a hypothetically innate, language-specific cognitive system, a faculty that allows human infants to acquire languages natively without formal instruction and within short periods of time. What is language acquisition according to Chomsky? Chomsky concluded that children must have an inborn faculty for language acquisition. According to this theory, the process is biologically determined. The human species has evolved a brain whose neural circuits contain linguistic information at birth. What does Chomsky say about language? Chomsky believed that language is innate, or in other words, we are born with a capacity for language. Language rules are influenced by experience and learning, but the capacity for language itself exists with or without environmental influences. How language families are divided. Language families can be divided into smaller phylogenetic units, conventionally referred to as branches of the family because the history of a language family is often represented as a tree diagram. What does language specificity mean? In linguistics, specificity is a semantic feature of noun phrases, NPs, that distinguishes between entities and nouns, referents that are unique in a given context and those that are not. Is there a language module in the mind? The language module occupies a dedicated neural architecture in the brain. It is specialized for processing grammar and is inaccessible to other mental modules. It emerges on a pre-specified developmental trajectory and cannot be guided or influenced by other types of information from elsewhere in the mind. What is an example of faculty? Faculty is defined as all the members of a profession or the group of teachers at a specific educational organization. An example of a faculty are all the practicing doctors, the medical faculty. An example of a faculty is the group of teachers at a specific elementary school. Applied Linguistics Group uploaded this video for BS English students. Dr. KHALID MALIK is the founder of Applied Linguistics Groups and he has a PhD in Applied Linguistics TESOL. He published more than 25 research papers. He taught a lot of foreign universities and presently admitted to a postdoctoral study in a Canadian university. Join Applied Linguistics Group at youtube.com/@1966 Pakistani or copying or downloading a QR code to join at